begin by saying welcome. It's absolutely fantastic to have everybody here this week. We've got two other programs running as well. We've got a human rights program and a women's program, and we've got a group here that's preparing for negotiations. As I look around the room, I see many, many people that have been here in the past. Is anybody here for the very first time? Okay, all right. Well, let me just say a couple quick words about the Winpisinger Center and the operation of the Winpisinger Center. It's a pretty laid-back place. We have very few rules here. We have one basic operating principle that sort of drives everything we do, and it's simply the whole notion of mutual respect, treating each other like sisters and brothers. We don't believe you can be a trade unionist if you're a racist, a sexist, or an elitist. Those values are simply fundamentally incompatible with what it means to be a trade unionist, and we do take that very seriously here. The respect piece plays itself out in a couple of ways that are practical and concrete. We make every effort to start on time and stop on time out of respect and consideration for each other, so if you can help us with that, that would be great. Another way the respect piece plays itself out, everybody that works here at the Winpisinger Center are IAM members. They're members of IAM Local Lodge 193, which is an amalgamated local out of the Baltimore-Washington area. And I would simply ask that you extend to every person that works here the dignity and respect that's due every working person. What you've spent your entire life fighting for. And hopefully what you'll receive in return is that people will go out of their way to do whatever they can to make your stay here a pleasant one, a positive one, and a productive one. Don't hesitate to reach out to anybody here if there's anything we can do to make your stay better or more productive. Another way the respect piece plays itself out is I think a lot of us have a short leash known as a cell phone or some kind of electronic device similar to that. I would simply ask that while you're in class, you either turn the cell phone off, silence it, or put it on vibrate. Normally the tradition we have is that if the phone rings in class, push-ups? No, not push-ups, although we can do push-ups as well. Normally, it's a $25 donation to the Machinist Nonpartisan Political League, and if you answer it, it doubles to $50. So if you can help us out on that front, that would be great. Actually, I'm on a pretty good run this year. I'm only on the hook for $75 so far this year. All my colleagues that work here at the Harbor know my cell number, and they know my schedule. So oftentimes they'll dial me up just to make sure that, in fact, I'm doing what I'm asking everybody else to do. But really what that's about is, again, it's about the respect piece. It's about being fully present in the room in which we're gathered and focusing on each other. And finally, most critically, the way the respect piece plays itself out here is how learning occurs. You're going to be fortunate to have with you a number of really strong presenters with a real depth of background, real depth of knowledge. But there's also, in this room, a remarkable amount of knowledge. And in order for knowledge to be created and shared, what has to happen is you really have to listen to each other. So I'd simply ask, if a sister or brother has the floor, you give them your undivided attention. And likewise, the expectation is that if you have the floor, people will give you their undivided attention. So that's it. Those are the sort of rules of the road here. It comes back to that very simple, but very powerful principle of mutual respect. That which is both the foundation and cornerstone of our movement. So again, if you can help us out with that while you're here, that would be fantastic. Let me, if I can, just cover a couple of other bits of administrivia that may be useful to you while you're here this week. Let me give you a phone number. If you need to give a phone number to anybody back home, if for any reason you don't have good cell coverage here or you don't have a cell phone, the number here at the Winpisinger Center is 301 373 3300. So 301 373 3300. That number is answered 24/7 by a live human being. So if you need to give the number to anybody back home, and we receive a phone call here, of course, if it's of an emergency nature, we'll bring it to you immediately. If it's of a more routine nature, it'll be posted on the bulletin board outside. If it occurs after hours, that is when class, when you're not meeting, the guard will attempt to locate you. If they're not able to locate you, then they'll post a message on your door. So again, 301-373-3300. Another number that you may find useful or helpful is the number to the workout room. And that number is 135. So 135 is the number to the workout room. The workout room is if you walk out this brick walkway and you take a right, the first set of double doors you come to with the keyed entryway will take you into the workout room. And again, 135 is the key code. If for any reason you forget the key code, it's not like a really big deal. Just look at the 3 buttons that have the paint scraped off of them. Right from top to bottom, and you'll be good to go. Really, we just have a keyed entryway to keep the small kids out of there over the summer. But again, 135 is the key. We do have a Wi-Fi network on the entire campus. So if you do have a cell phone or a laptop or an iPad or other kind of personal electronic device that you'd like to connect our network, you're certainly welcome to do so. You'll see it as IAM Winpisinger Center. The password is Solidarity, lowercase. Password is Solidarity. You should be able to see it on the entire campus. If for some reason you can't, if you can let myself know or Ed, occasionally a note will go down, we have to reset it. But you should be able to see it every place on the campus. You may also see some other wireless networks as well. Some of the boaters have networks, and there's actually a retirement community across the water, and occasionally we'll see their signal here as well. But I would encourage everybody to practice safe computing and connect to the IAM network. That's a safe network. We have 2 computer labs here. You're welcome to use the computer labs anytime while you're here at the Winpisinger Center. The first computer lab, the small computer lab, is if you go out again out to the brick walkway, but this time take a left. The first set of double doors you come to will take you into the small computer lab. There's 12 workstations in there. We're actually in the process of turning over that computer lab and updating some of the equipment. If you walk down the hallway and around into the new wing, the first large space that you come to is the Wharton Computer Lab. And again, you're welcome to use that lab as well. The way the lab works is it has always-on internet. If you simply turn the computers on, wait a few seconds. When the screen comes on, just click on Internet Explorer and you can connect to the internet. So again, you're welcome to use either one of the computer labs. Generally, sometime around 11 o'clock or so, the guard in the evening, the guard will come in and close the computer lab. But you're certainly welcome to stay in after that. If the guard pokes their head and you're the last person in there and you want to stay later, just let the guard know. And if you're the last person in there, if you would, please just turn the lights out and pull the door to. But again, the computer lab is there for you to use while you're here this week. If you could also, please take a couple minutes and take a look at the trifold brochure that's in your room. The trifold brochure has some important safety and other information in it. 2 things I want to draw to your attention. In the case of a fire emergency, and hopefully we'll make it to Friday and you won't have to make use of any of this knowledge, but I do want you to know there's a placard next to every door at the Winpisinger Center that will show you the fastest way to evacuate the building. If we do have a fire emergency, we gather in the space behind the tennis courts. There's 2 red poles there. We'll do a roll call simply to make sure that everybody has safely evacuated the building. In the case of a tornado emergency and you're notified by the guard to go to a safe place, please do so immediately. We don't do drills here at the Winpisinger Center. If we advise you that there's in fact a tornado warning, it means a tornado has been spotted and it's nearby. There's a lot of space here at the facility that's below grade without any exterior exposures. And if you could, simply go to the space that the guard directs you to go and stay there until the guard releases you. To the extent that we have a tornado season here at the harbor, we're in the middle of it. They are forecasting some severe weather this week. I don't think we have any forecast of tornadoes or anything like that, but simply to be alert to that fact, should the guard notify you, please go to the directed space immediately. So again, hopefully you get to Friday and you don't have to use any of that knowledge. However, I have been here in a week in which we had a tornado, an earthquake, and a hurricane. Hopefully your all's week will be less uneventful, at least on the weather front. If you're not feeling well, just please let one of the instructors know or let Ed know. We have access to a doctor, a dentist, a chiropractor, or an optometrist, just sort of the whole kit. There's nothing worse than being at home and not feeling well. And again, if there's something we can do to assist on that front, please let us know that you need. We also have most over-the-counter meds located right out here in the vending machine that's in the stairwell, right under the lobby where you checked in last night. So again, if you need over-the-counter meds, they're available there. If you need something else or something different, let us know. We'll be glad. We can make a run to the drugstore for you and pick up what you need. But again, we just want to make sure you're comfortable while you're here. So if there's some way we can be helpful on that front, we certainly want to do so. We do have a bar on site here for those people that are here for the first time. It's called the Feedback Inn. I'm not going to tell anybody where it is, but I will simply say at 8 o'clock, simply watch where everybody else is walking, and chances are if you walk in that very same direction, you're going to end up in the Feedback Inn. It's a little bit like ants to a picnic. So part of the work that occurs here at the Winpisinger Center is what occurs in the classroom, but there's also a lot of relationship building, obviously, that occurs outside the Winpisinger Center. Really, that's what the Feedback Inn is for. It's a place where people can relax and enjoy themselves and socialize. And so that's what that space is for. It's open every night from 8 until 11. I would simply ask, however, that you exercise good judgment while you're in there. Rarely, if ever, do we have any kind of issues here at the harbor. But when we do, 99.999% of them can be traced to poor decision-making in the Feedback Inn. So it's simply observed that if a sister or brother suggests you step away from the bar, chances are they're looking out for your best interest, and I would encourage you to step away. If the bartender says this is your last drink, it's your last drink. So again, we want you to enjoy yourself and have a good time, but just please exercise good judgment. We also have, and actually it's the only outside group that has regular ongoing access to the harbor, and that is AA. We do have AA meetings here on Tuesday night. Inasmuch as we make alcohol freely available, we think it's incredibly important to support our sisters and brothers who are in recovery. And so for that reason, we make the facility available so an AA meeting can be held on site. We have both AA and Al-Anon meetings here at the Winpisinger Center. On Tuesday evening, the AA meeting is actually held in this classroom. Other than that, you all will have this classroom the entire week. And the Al-Anon meeting is typically held up in the Millennium Council room. If anybody's early in their recovery and they need to have access to more than a single AA meeting in a week, please reach out. Let Ed know, let myself know. We'll simply make that happen for you. There's not any issues with that at all. There's a lot of community meetings, and we'll simply make sure that you get to them. So please don't hesitate to reach out on that front. The entire facility is non-smoking. I don't think we have, I would imagine we don't, do we have anybody in the room that vapes? Okay, no, so you can't vape or smoke anywhere inside the facility. The entire facility is non-smoking and non-vaping. You can, however, smoke out on your patios. You're more than welcome to do that. There is an ashtray in the room. I'd simply ask you to take the ashtray and put it out on the patio. And put your butts out in there, if you would, please. And again, really it's about respect for the people that follow you in the room that may not smoke. You make every effort to make sure that the rooms remain smoke-free. So if you can help us out on that front, that would be great. We make every effort to recycle. You'll note that there's a recycling bin in this room. We try to make it as simple and as easy as possible. Anything that can be recycled can go in the recycling barrel and it gets sorted at the transfer station. We're very mindful of where we are positioned in terms of the environment and where we are on the bay. And we try to be good stewards of this piece, our little piece of this world. And so whatever you can do to help us out on that front, we'd be very appreciative. I don't know if we have anybody who walks or runs and might do that in the morning or in the evening at dusk. However, if you are out on Clark's Landing Road, which is the main drag that the bus brought you back here, please wear a safety vest. Understand safety vests are not high fashion. Unfortunately, about 4 years ago, we had somebody struck and killed out on Clark's Landing Road. People oftentimes fly up and down Clark's Landing Road. For those people that have been here in the past, you're familiar that there's an establishment at the end, Clark's Landing Restaurant. And I'll simply observe that locals go there oftentimes in one frame of mind and leave there in a radically different frame of mind. So if you're going to be out on Clark's Landing Road, please wear a safety vest. Safety vests are available upstairs from the guard. They're also available in the bike shop. The bike shop is attached to the maintenance shed. I think that covered the majority of things in terms of the basic operation of the Winpisinger Center. So let me just close by saying just a quick word about our mission here. The work that occurs here at the Winpisinger Center is not really about the people that gather at the Winpisinger Center. The work we do here at the Winpisinger Center is about the 95% plus of the membership that will never have the opportunity to attend programs here at the Harbor. And we hope above all else that the work that occurs here is taken back and put to use for the benefit of the membership. And what my experience tells me, if we stay focused on the membership back home and our responsibility and our obligation to them, we tend to have really, really good weeks here. And it's when we lose sight of our responsibility and obligation to the membership back home that the wheels can come off the wagon. So I'd simply ask that while you're here this week, we stay focused on the membership back home. I'd like to close by thanking every person in this room. One of the things that I'm always mindful of when we have retiree-related programs is that all of us who are currently active in the movement, in the machinist union, stand on the shoulder of giants. This labor movement was built by the people in this room. By virtue of your struggle and your sacrifice, we're able to gather in a place like this and to do education for the membership. That required real wisdom, real foresight, courage, making difficult decisions. But the generation that's gathered in this room did that to the benefit of the entire membership. So we're mindful of that fact. We're mindful of the fact that we have a responsibility both to every person in this room as well as to the generations not yet a part of the movement. So I want to thank you for what you've done for this movement and for this union. I'd also like to call out, and it's rare that I get the opportunity to do this, two of my mentors. Because two of my mentors are gathered in this room, two men that I have an extraordinary amount of respect for. Two men that really helped me develop. And one of them is Brother Jim Leslie. I learned an extraordinary amount from Jim and his willingness to share his knowledge and his information and his insight. I am eternally grateful. And another brother, Brother Charlie McAuliffe. When I first moved here 27 years ago, it was Charlie and his wife Kathy that opened up their home to my wife and myself and made us feel a part of this place. And that was the beginning of a really long, and from my point of view, incredibly productive relationship, and one I am incredibly proud and fortunate to call both of them friends and brothers. So it's great to have you guys in the house. Thank you. With that, I simply want to say thanks to all of you. If there's anything we can do here at the Winpisinger Center to make your stay better, please let us know. Hope you guys have a great week.